If an adult woman will suffer from domestic violence in silence, can you imagine the type of suffering a teenager will go through in silence? Gracie Limas was a beautiful 15-year-old young lady. She was being raised by her beautiful grandmother and her grandfather, who she affectionately called Grammy and Pawpaw. Grandparents often have to take on the tough job of becoming parents for the second time around. They didn't deserve to have to bury their precious child. Gracie enjoyed being around her family and friends. She was described as a jokester and someone that was always happy. She was in a relationship with 16-year-old monster Jaquin Stevens. Gracie wanted to grow up and become a journalist. Unfortunately, instead of hearing a story written by her, we have to hear a story written about this beautiful young lady.
This Monday, I'm Greg Merriweather. My partner Elizabeth Val is off tonight. That teen, Jaquin Stevens, is accused of killing his girlfriend after an argument. He is still on the run tonight. According to investigators, the teen shot his girlfriend Friday night in Gonzales. He has not been seen since. Our Perry Robinson joins me in the studio here. He's spoken with some folks who know the victim in this and has more on that search for the suspect. Perry, good evening to you.
Hey Greg, this was a tough loss to what many described as a quiet community, and it all comes just days before this young girl was supposed to start her junior year of high school.
A community in pain.
It's a very scary thing to think about.
And two families left with more questions than answers.
We get a call into the sheriff's office that this young, beautiful little 15-year-old girl is shot, and she's dead.
Ascension Parish deputies are on the hunt to find Jaquin Stevens, who they believe shot and killed his 15-year-old girlfriend, Gracie Limas. The suspect himself is only 16.
It looks like the motive of this case probably is going to be some jealousy, because we know that they were in a relationship together. And we know that there was an argument that pursued early on, and that he came over to the house. And he came over with a gun.
The shooting is a heavy emotional weight that hundreds of parents and students in this neighborhood will carry as they get ready for the first day of school this week. Amanda Gotro and her daughter Raylan live in the same area Gracie was killed.
There are many stories about this type of stuff, but when you really put it in reality, it's reality.
The young victim was supposed to start her junior year at East Ascension High School on Thursday, the same school as Raylan. The former classmate told us her main worry are her friends who knew Gracie.
Checking on them and texting every day if they're okay or how they're feeling, or letting them talk to me whenever they need to, and always just be there for them in this time.
As this community tries to get over the shock of losing this young girl, leaders are pleading for some sort of change before someone else gets hurt.
All too often our young adults not being able to have dialogue with each other or agreeing to disagree, and here we are again with a 15-year-old who's dead and gone.
And again, deputies are still trying to find Stevens. If you have any information, you can always call Crime Stoppers.
3 teenagers are now behind bars in connection with a shooting that left a 15-year-old girl dead. Law enforcement officials say they believe these 3 teens helped 16-year-old Jaquin Stevens after he allegedly shot and killed Gracie Limas. Limas was found dead inside her home last Friday. Stevens was arrested 3 days later in Livingston Parish. The sheriff's office believes 18-year-old Leland Hickman Jr. and 2 other juveniles helped Stevens hide from police. They're charged with accessory after the fact to second-degree murder. The sheriff's office says they've upgraded charges. Upgraded charges may be pending.
Yes, lots of new developments in that one. Well, new at noon, prosecutors announced Thursday that 16-year-old Jaquin Stevens was formally charged as an adult in the killing of his girlfriend. Faces a charge of first-degree murder. Now, investigators tell us that Smith murdered 15-year-old Gracie Limas over the weekend after an argument between the couple. Now, deputies say Stevens had been hanging out that night in the girl's home in Gonzales. He was found a day later at a home in Livingston Parish and was arrested. You can read the full story on our website, WBRZ.com.
Please remember that when you are raising your sons, you are raising a member of society. You are raising a boy that will go on to become a boyfriend, a man, a husband, and a father. Raise them well. Teach them at an early age how to deal with their emotions and rejection in a healthy way. A fit of anger and jealousy should not have led to this. Stay all up and through their business because as a parent, it's your job. I feel like parents should be able to notice dangerous anger issues. I know it's very easy for anyone to get a gun these days, but I feel like parents should be able to find these guns being hidden in their house by their children. I know that parents can do everything right and the child can still grow up and do wrong, but at least you know you've done your very best. To all of Gracie's family and friends, I am so sorry for your loss. If what Gracie went through, all of her hurt and pain, can stop someone from going through the same thing, then she didn't die in vain.